Hello, I've got my coat on because I'm about to go on a little mission. I am trying to find local fruit and veg sellers, whether that's markets or they have a greengrocers or whatever, where the prices are like fairly comparable to supermarkets. The inspiration for this was I was staying with some friends in London who buy food from a local market stall for like cheaper than supermarkets. That partially inspired it, and also I'm wanting to buy food with less plastic packaging. And I'm noticing that supermarkets have a lot of plastic packaging, whereas greengrocers often have things loose. I don't have the money for like organic shops or for those kind of like higher end luxury grocery places, so I'm looking for affordable. I am willing to pay a bit more than the supermarket, given that I'm supporting local businesses and hopefully buying plastic free, but I don't have loads of money, so I'm going to see if it exists. The first place I'm headed to is called Five Ways Fruits. It is a grocer's that has been open for at least 2 decades, that I have been recommended because they're lovely and they get things in for you if you ask for them specifically. So heading there, the way that I'm going to do it, I guess to compare prices, is I've picked 5 of the most commonly eaten vegetables in the UK. I did some Googling, which I believe were potatoes, carrots, onions, garlic and tomatoes. And then I've picked 5 things that are in season where I live, which is the south of England. I'll put the 5 things on screen, but from memory, it was strawberries, courgettes, peppers, maybe a type of beans. I can't remember. Listen, they're on screen. So I'm going to try and get the price per kilo of each of these things from each of the places that I visit. Right now it's a grocer's. I'm going to go to a farmer's market. I'm going to go to like what do they call them? Those closed markets, like a hall of... I'm going to have to look that up too. You know, where it's like an indoor market. There we are, Harry. So I'm going to compare a bunch of different places. I obviously am bothered about price, but I'm also bothered about other things, like, is it local produce? Are they nice? Plastic, organic stuff, variety, all that jazz. Here's the outside of Five Ways Fruits. I just had a look around to see if I could find all of the things that were on my list, but also to see what varieties they had. Lots of things were out of plastic packaging. That was such a good deal on those strawberries. I will put on screen what the total cost of a kilo of each of the things on my list was. I decided to do the asparagus and the spring onions by bunch because it wasn't really possible to do it by kilo. Here's the inside of their shop. They had so many different things. They were so lovely here, and there was so much variety and so much to choose from. I ended up buying this tomato. Isn't it amazing? Mate, they are so nice here. I am definitely coming back. Oh my goodness. Some stuff is definitely more expensive than it would be in a supermarket, but a bunch of stuff was really comparable prices. They had a lot of variety. The staff was so nice. Yeah, I'm so happy that someone recommended that place. Amazing. I ended up buying one of those huge tomatoes and a punnet of strawberries because they were both super cheap. And I'm just going to slice that tomato and have it on toast with salt. And the person on the till asked me what I was going to do with the tomato. And I heard them asking other people if they were buying their stuff to have for lunch today. They were so nice. Okay, now I'm heading to the open market, which is like a semi-indoor market in Brighton that has a load of different independent traders on the stalls. It has just started raining, so I am glad to be going undercover. While I was walking here, someone sent me a recommendation to go specifically to a place called the Fruit Pot. That is here. Fruit Bowl. So I'm going to look out for that place. That's cool. This is what the open market looks like. It has a lot of different types of things. Some places where you can sit and eat, and then some food and book and clothing places. Here's the fruit bowl over here. Hey, that's looking like a lot of produce. Woohoo! Someone said they had, these bowls are £1 each. That's quite exciting. Let's have a look what's in them. Oh look, 3 of my lovely tomatoes that I just bought one off for £1 in a bowl. 4 of them, damn it. They are smaller though. My one was gorgeous. Alright, so I'm starting out looking specifically for my 10 items. Here are some strawberries I've got. I don't know if they're the only strawberries I've got. The only ones I've seen so far. Yellow courgettes. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Look at all this stuff. Decided to get these these 2 bowls for £1. Exciting. And these are things that you normally can't buy, not in plastic, so that's cool. These are the other things, by the way, that they had for £1. Apparently sometimes they have more than that. It was a £3 minimum card spend, so I actually ended up going back and getting another lot of mushrooms. But that works for me, so I've got some lentils at home, so I will make a ragu with lentils and mushrooms. Delicious. I think that that's the only fruit and veg place that's in here. They have other places that have like dairy and eggs and that kind of stuff, which obviously I'm not bothered about. So I think that's it for me. It's now the next day. I'm off to a farmer's market with my housemate. We're going to Florence Road Cafe and Market, I think it's called. It's just open on Saturdays in a church, I think. I'm expecting, because it's like advertised as a farmer's market, that will be a bit more expensive. But I did look online and they do, I hope you can hear me over the wind. They do a like £15 veg box that you can collect, that's all seasonal veg, and you can pay £3.50 extra to add on a seasonal fruit or veg. So that sounds like a good deal. Maybe we'll do that in future, but today we're just having a look around. I think also someone said if you come right at the end, they have things for much cheaper. And I've seen this market listed on Too Good To Go as well. They do magic bags of stuff that's left over. I bought one once. I can't remember what it was in it, to be honest, but I didn't buy it again. But that was because I was living further away from it before. Now it's like walking distance, so maybe I would. We had a look around the market, and there was a bread stand outside. Inside there were things like teas and cheeses and donuts and that kind of stuff. And then at the back was the Rock Farm fruit and veg stand. They didn't have everything that we wanted to compare out of our list, but the things that we could compare, it was about 66% more expensive here than it was from Sainsbury's. However, we did end up buying one of those £15 boxes, which I'll show you in a second. That was so cheap for what we did get. So I think it's also about selecting the most in-season things, because this is a great deal and I couldn't have got this stuff in Sainsbury's for 15, and it's all local. That's the other thing. These are things in Sussex and Surrey, which is amazing. I've come back on a different day, and this is all the stuff that's in their £1 buckets, so I'm going to be getting loads of fruit and veg from here. I just want to show you guys what I ended up getting. So I got all of these red potatoes, 2 packets of rosemary, a dill and a mint. I'll sort through these and throw the ones away that are dying, but a lot of them are salvageable, especially if I put them in water and use them quite quickly. 6 limes, 4 apples, this bag of tomatoes, a smallish bunch of carrots, there's however many of these there are, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of these, 9 like easy peelers, a thing of grapes, again I'll wash it, and the ones that are bad I'll throw them away. This huge white Spanish onion, the biggest thing I've ever seen. When I was buying it, the person on the till was like, you should make massive onion rings. What a great idea. And this more normal sized red onion. In fact, can I put them next to each other so you can see how different they are? I think the fact that I've got a kilo of peanut butter behind them is not helping. But anyway, all of these veggies were £9.28, which is just such good going. And yeah, I think, to be honest, that like makes my decision for me in terms of, is it worth it shopping for groceries outside of the big supermarkets. I think I'll continue to get like specialty things from big supermarkets, or like more nichey things that are difficult to find or just going to be too expensive. But for fruit and veg, there's no excuse really for not buying locally. Especially get to know the people at your local greengrocers and ask them, when do things go on a special deal? Because knowing that this whole thing of potatoes was going to be £1 because I saw it in a bowl together, the same with all of the things apart from the onions, was just like game-changing in terms of just picking things up, taking them to the till and buying them. No brainer. And also it reduces food waste, and it helps me with like decision paralysis, because the veggies that I was going to take home were basically decided for me based on what was on offer. I can't recommend it enough. I'm going to be doing this all the time. I also will definitely be doing a little bit more of going back to that farmer's market and buying the £15 like crate that we bought before whenever I have opportunity to. But yeah, that's only available on Saturdays, and I was away this last Saturday and it's now Tuesday and we were out of fruit and veg, so that's why I went back to the fruit bowl. So I think I'll probably do a mixture of both, like supporting that that farm and that initiative maybe like once a fortnight, and then my top-up stuff I can get for really cheap from the fruit bowl. I'm so happy. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been interesting to you. I definitely think it's worth it to shop local if you can. Obviously, I know I'm extremely lucky that I'm in a city that's big enough to have these different options. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know if you want me to explore any other things like this. If you want me to do a video of like what I make with some of the things that I buy from these places, let me know what you're interested in seeing. I've had a great time doing this. I could do a part 2 where I look at some other places like market stalls and stuff like that as well. Take care.